Welcome to my video about me riding on a train up to Missouri. That's my boyfriend. I'm eating a chicken sandwich and he's plucking his eyebrows in the bathroom. Tell me you love me.
I love you, baby. Be safe on your trip. Barnes, help, brother. Help your brother out. Remember, Jay, I'll bum my ass. Go take yours off for a second. I love you, baby.
I love you. Sexy ass man I got. Look at that.
Who is that man? Stop turning the phone.
Who is that?
I was trying to chase the frame.
Okay, y'all, this shit was about to get real freaking emotional. And this was me right before I got on the train after I said goodbye to Chip. And this is like him doing a say anything moment as he chases the train. And I cry and almost suffocate myself with my mask. Oh my god. And you know, like as I'm watching this and I'm getting like so touched by this video, I tell Chip that I love him being romantic, and as he's in there picking his nose hairs and trimming his eyebrows, and look at him chasing my train. Babe, what were you thinking when you were chasing the train? Hoping that I saw you?
No, I knew you saw me.
You knew I saw you?
Yeah. I was hoping that it was something and you would remember.
I did. Did you know I was filming it and I was crying?
No, no.
Were you hoping I was crying?
No.
Yeah, you were.
I knew you would.
You're like, I'm gonna make this bitch emotional. So anyway, they only booked at 20% on this train, which was awesome. I had so much area to myself, and that's what they're doing now, probably until next year, is keeping the train at very low capacity. So you're able to move around and just, you got to keep your mask on though, which really sucks. So that was a challenge. I hung out a lot here in the sky cart and I'd sit there with my computer and just do work and, you know, eat my snacks, and you could tap into their internet, which was really cool. And so I worked on my videos and my TikTok stuff and some YouTube stuff. And this is me sitting in the sky cart filming. And as you can see, I'm like the only one in this area, which was really cool. So you could hang out here or you could hang out at your seat. And I just chilled watching the sun go down, and it was just so freaking awesome and relaxing, and kind of wishing that Chip was on this adventure with me. But you don't really see, honestly, too much as you're leaving Louisiana and then going into Mississippi. So this is all like leaving Louisiana. I'm all breathing all fucking heavy through my mask because I just got done crying. But it's very pretty. But you're literally going over water. The train bridge is like so friggin' steep. I'm going to adjust that. Yeah, so Chip missed me for a few days and then he hated me before I came back. It was very romantic. Because unbeknownst to me, a hurricane is coming in as I'm leaving. And by the time I hit Missouri, it's starting to get close to Louisiana. And so Chip is about to have to evacuate to Texas.
No, I'm using my cellular.
Yeah, me too. I was like trying to find it on the app. Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
I'm talking to a stranger on here. Comfort eating snacks and stuff. Comfort. I'm grieving, honey. What the fuck am I eating? I wish it would show it. All you can hear is my wrappers. These are some stills that I took that I thought really nice. Just some random landscape stuff. Which traveling alone on train is just, I don't know, it just is so chill. Like, I don't ever want to take a plane unless I absolutely have to. So we're like at our first stop and they tell you don't get off. But what I was laughing at is I was watching this guy right here, the conductor guy, and he's got his mask on. And then, like, everybody was coming up to him, like, with no mask on, just getting all close to him. And then you can see his nose is all sticking out, so he doesn't even have his mask on right. And everybody's talking to him with no mask on. And I think one of the people that he's talking to actually works for AMTRAK. She doesn't even have a fucking mask on. Yeah, so this was in Mississippi. We had stopped and it was just like, what the hell? This is your view. Is a friggin' junkyard. Just random ass shit. It's like pull apart on the side of the road. But I just love the sky view of how you can look through the windows and all this other stuff. And yeah, that canned Coke right there cost me $4 fucking. So if you're gonna get something to drink on this train, bring cash.
Hey guys, I'm on a train. I'm on the AMTRAK.
What? Yeah, you can bring an ice chest.
He's whispering. I need to find this TikTok where the guy's skateboarding and he's all drinking the cranberry juice and he's like la 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 to Fleetwood Mac. Me 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 me. That way I can do my version of it. Oh, look at this shit town. Look at that. looks like a bunch of makeover madness houses. Call him my name. Call him my fucking name, man. Yeah, you know you're in a interesting part of the country when you're like, rebel flag, rebel flag, rebel flag, rebel flag. It's like, yeah. Let me just let you guys know. This is not just to black people, this is to all people, okay? All people. All people, do not assume that white people don't get fucking freaked out by the fucking rebel flag too, okay? Because we sure fucking do. Because we know. We fucking know the hatred behind that fucking bullshit. And here's a little, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna save what I was about to say for another video. It's pretty intense. I think I'll save that for another video. But yeah, when you're in the fucking woods and you come across a rebel flag, trust me, I'm not like, oh, I'm white. They're not gonna fucking kill me. No. No. If anything, if they're fucking white supremacists and they find out, like, I remember, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I remember when I was, okay, I hate telling these stories because then y'all look at me like I'm just so fucking old. Alright? I'm not lame, y'all. I'm old, but I'm a cool old. So, check this out. When I was 19, okay, I was 19 years old. I lived in New Orleans, right? And I got a friend of mine who I will not mention in this video because I don't want to embarrass her because she's totally not like this. But she met a guy and he invited her to a barbecue. And so, it's like, we're in Fat City, which is an area of bars and stuff, and any New Orleans people that watch is like, oh my god. Because Fat City's no longer, but it was that area with a lot of bars. So, long story short, or long story longer, she meets this guy, she likes him. But, as a smart friend, she didn't want to go to this barbecue by herself, okay? So, excuse me, I'm sorry guys, I just took a Claritin. It's drying me out. So anyway, so she asked me if I would go with her. And I'm like, okay, sure. And so she has a son, and I have a daughter, and, you know, at that time, they're only a few months apart. I think like a year apart, actually. But we were going to bring the kids. It's a barbecue. The guy said that kids are going to be there. So yeah, okay. So we show up. I notice that it's an average neighborhood. Nothing alarming. And we show up. And I'm looking around and something didn't feel right. And so I started noticing a lot of people with shaved heads. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's a punk crowd or whatever. Alright, you know, cool. And, so, oh my god. Y'all gonna think I'm a fucking, okay, y'all don't judge me. This is a long time ago, okay? So, I start noticing a bunch of, you know, skinheads. That's the best way to describe it. They were fucking all had shaved heads, and they all look like hardcore punks. When I was younger, used to fucking totally be a part of the punk scene, but not in a white supremacist way. So I'm like, okay, well maybe, you know, you still don't, you're still not believing where you're at. So we go into the backyard, and I notice like tons of people. Like, I'm talking like at least 40, 50 people. At least. The backyard was just packed. And people were cooking and dancing. And when I say dancing, it was like slam dancing. Like, you know, like mosh pit and shit. Because they're listening to like really heavy music. It wasn't like, hey, let's party. No, it was like a heavy, rah, rah, rah kind of shit. pretty scary if you've never been to that kind of deal. So, freaking I'm looking around. I see a lot of guys, shaved heads. I start noticing some pretty interesting tattoos, like swastikas and bolts and all these things. And then I freaking telling a racist story with people walking by me. So then I look against the back fence of the wall or whatever, like in the backyard, there's a big fucking Nazi flag, a huge Nazi flag, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, as soon as I saw the Nazi flag, I was like, oh shit, we're at a fucking rally. We are at a skinhead rally. And I've never been to one before. But you hear stuff, you know, you hear stuff and see white people get invited to some crazy ass fucking shit. They do. Because white supremacists are always trying to bring on more. They're always trying to recruit. They're always trying to recruit. Just like any cult or gang or anything. And so I have my daughter, and she has blonde hair, blue eyes, and to a white supremacist, that is like Aryan Nation loving it. They love to see blonde and blue eyes, because to them that's just like the ultimate white. You see, little did they know that my daughter is not half American. She's half New Zealander, and her father is very fair-skinned with blonde hair, blue eyes. He's of British descent. Okay, I used to live in New Zealand, and that's where her father is from. So it's not like she's just this hillbilly white chick or something. You know what I mean? But gorgeous child, nonetheless. And so this guy comes up to us, and he's like, "Oh, beautiful baby, beautiful baby." And he does this. He does this. Like the Nazi sign. And he's like, white power. And I'm like, and I was just like, oh, okay. I did not say white power back. You want to know why? Because my fucking dad is Jewish. Okay? Like half my family. My little sister, Sarah, is adopted from Korea. Okay, my brother and sister, Hungarian. We are a very mixed family. See, that's. I may look all fucking boring ass white, but no, we're all very. My mother's Italian. My grandmother was actually the first generation here, in the United States, and freaking come on, white power. So anyway, so we're all mixed, you know. And sometimes if a white supremacist finds out that you are from a mixed family, they call you a race traitor and like some really mean names, and they could kill you, they could rape you, they could whatever, beat the shit out of you, whatever. So as soon as I realized that I was at a skinhead rally and this guy was, did the whole white power thing, I look over at my friend and I could tell that she had no idea. I could tell she was just as horrified as I was. Because I think what would have been worse is if she would have been like, yeah, white power back. I would have been like, who are you? God damn, who are you? And so I just looked at her and she looked at me, and then the guy that she liked, get this, the guy that she liked was talking to her, and he was talking about the bombs that he's working on. And she was like, wait, what? And he goes, oh yeah, I just made this awesome pipe bomb. Oh man, and I'm gonna go put it on an N, the bad word for, the N word, I'm gonna go put it on this inn's door, and I'm gonna, and then these Jews, I'm gonna go put this at their temple. I mean, he was talking about making bombs and leaving them throughout the city. Talk about fucking scary. Like, talk about, like, we don't need to be here. We don't need to be a part of this ever. Ever. Did I report this rally to the police? Absolutely I did. I didn't do it in front of my friend. I waited until I got home. Dropped her. I said, we need to go. I'm not feeling very well. I just made this just huge lie. And I could tell she was relieved because she wanted to get the fuck out of there too. And, but, yeah. Do you want to hear the best part? Do you want to know who their guest of honor? They had a guest speaker at their party. A guest fucking speaker. You want to know who it was? David fucking Duke. David fucking Duke. So this was in the 90s. So if this cycles back to David Duke, he's gonna be like, I haven't been in a rally. I haven't been to a rally. David Duke is an open ex-Klans member, white supremacist. Says he's changed. Whatever. Maybe you have. Maybe you have. All I'm saying is I went to a fucking barbecue and you were motherfucking there, standing right in front of a Nazi flag, and I think that was the year that you were motherfucking running for governor. I think it was you, and I think that was the year that was you and Governor Edwards. So it was like, take the racist or take the cokehead. Yeah. So when y'all are thinking about, oh, who are we gonna vote for president, Trump or Biden? Well, okay, dickhead and weirdo, right? Old man weirdo. Think about your choices back in the early 90s in Louisiana when a white supremacist, an open Klansman, was running for fucking governor and swaying the black vote. That was what was crazy, is blacks were voting for him because they hated fucking Edwards so much. Well, Edwards wound up winning, if y'all know your Louisiana history. And I don't want to give bad facts, so I'm going to research this. But he wound up getting busted swindling thousands of dollars from the state of Louisiana. Related to drugs. I'm going to double check that though. But anyway, that was some story time while I'm on the train. That was, oh my god, that was almost a 15-minute story. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go back over that and edit it. Drinking a $3 Coke. $3 Coke. A canned Coke for $3. It makes you feel like you're in a club in New York City. Yes. Yeah, it's bitch. But I think it'd be like $5 in New York. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I got this nice little setup in here. I intend to get some work done. I feel so fucking relaxed, guys. I took a nice little nap. Was all, yeah, took a nice little nap. Fucking, got off in Jackson and smoked a couple of cigarettes and messaged my babe, you know. I love that crazy motherfucker. Much as I hate him, as much as I love him. If that makes sense. Why do people stare at you when they see you holding a phone in front of you? I mean, because nowadays everybody FaceTimes, so I could totally be FaceTiming instead of talking to myself. But people are bothered by that when they see people talking to themselves. Alright, I'm gonna get back later. I have 9 hours left. Then I have to get on a fucking Greyhound bus and sit on a bus for 7 hours. So y'all have got a lot more videos to watch. See you later. Bye.
Not thousands. Chip, you said millions, right?
Story time while I'm on the train. That was, oh my god, that was almost a 15-minute story.
Did he do a full term as governor?
Over that and edit it.
We did like 4.
Really? Even though people knew that he was stealing.
$3 Coke.
Yes. He stole so much money.
A canned Coke for $3.
The federal government spent 60.
It makes you feel like you're in a club in New York City. Yes.
For prosecuting.
Yes, bitch. But I think it'd be like $5 in New York.
He stole obviously more than that. If they're fucking willing to spend that much to put him in jail for 7 months.
I got this nice little setup in here. I intend to get some work done.
Crazy, man.
I feel.
Hey guys, I am on an AMTRAK. I am on an AMTRAK right now. Right now we're going through Mississippi. I love the train. It's so awesome. I could never get on a plane again as long as I could do this. Hang on. I'm just gotta be careful. That's the only thing. $3. $3 So, it was a very emotional goodbye in New Orleans. Like when I left Chip, part of me was like, I can't wait to get the fuck away from you. And then when it comes down to it, as fucking psycho as he is and as weird as he is, I just love that motherfucker so much, y'all. I just really do. We have been through some fucking shit. And I just try to keep in mind that I have never been in a relationship like this where we have been through this much stuff in less than a year. You know, it's like everything is just crammed into just distracting. Take that off. But again, you know, it's just hard. So I'm on my way to go get my car. You know, we were only supposed to be in New Orleans for just a couple of weeks, and we wound up being here for almost 3 months. So it's October. We got here in July. So, we got into Louisiana in July. I just want to do a shout out to my friend Jeff in Bush, Louisiana, St. Tammany Parish. Personal message, Jeff. Beast brought us together, bro. She sure did. And you are like a friggin' brother to me forever. Serious. You ever need anything, you need me to kick somebody's ass, I'll fucking do it. You have been so fucking kind and generous to me and Chip, letting us, you know, come crash in your guest room whenever we need, and use your cars whenever I need, and staying at your dad's tiny house if we want to. We just, whatever we wanted to do. He just, you know, help yourself. Just always help yourself. I mean, what a fucking good guy. Okay? Ladies, he's got a girlfriend right now, but if he didn't, I would go after this man. He's a freaking engineer. He's got money. He's a fucking good ass dude. He's hilarious. Just doesn't give a fuck. Great with kids. I mean, he's a good dude. And I feel like he's like a big brother. He's just right up there with, like, I don't know, just great. Like, I think, like, one of the things that, you know,
And Jeff, if you're watching this, I told you this the other night, that when I come to your house, I feel safe and I feel like I'm at a home. And that's a big deal for me because I don't have that right now. You know, there's not very many places I go and it feels comfortable and, you know, I don't feel like anybody's hitting on me. I don't have to worry about someone roofing my drink or something, stealing from me, whatever, you know? So, it's just been really tough. But Jeff, I appreciate you. I really do. I hope you know that. I really, really do. I hope you know that. I can't ever freaking repay you for everything that you have done for us. You know? People are probably watching this like, oh my god, she borrowed my... No, guys, I did not borrow money from him. I don't owe him money. God, man. I'm just saying I can't ever repay his generosity. So, look at this shitty town. Oh yeah, I didn't really see it much because now it's woods. But yeah, it's been really fucking hard the past couple of weeks since the storm between Chip and I. I mean, in 27 years, we have never fought like this. We have never put our hands on each other like this. You know, I put my hands on him. He freaking knocked me. And I'm not saying like, oh my God, how dare you hit a woman? No, I feel like if a woman's going to square up with you, a woman's going to square up with you. You know, and I'm not your average chick, guys. Don't feel fucking, I'm not a victim. No. I was a victim back in the day, but I'm a pretty badass bitch, okay? I can hold my own. And I felt really fucking bad when I found out that when I hit Chip, I actually knocked one of his fucking teeth out. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up to sit there and think that I did that to someone that I love, that I fucking hit him and knocked a fucking tooth out. Well, okay, first of all, you know, probably needed to go to the dentist. I don't know. How strong are your teeth? Let's just go start there. But, you know, all jokes aside, you know, that's just fucking really, really shitty. And then for him to react, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised at the severity of how intense it was. But, you know, he told me that I'm the first person that he's ever gotten on that level with as well. And man, he has dated some skanks, okay? Because we've been friends for a long time, so I can't believe that he hasn't beaten the shit out of like 3 of his ex-girlfriends, because I fucking wanted to. But, I digress. He friggin', you know, neither one of us deserve that. Neither one of us deserve to be in an abusive relationship. And that's not us. That's not us. We are normally like carefree and having fun and just going with the flow. And, fuck, man. It's like we lose ourselves so much in working when we come down here because we just assume, okay, well, we're gonna only be here for a couple of weeks and let's just work every fucking day. And so time starts to slip, and then you stop making time for each other. You just go through the motions. And I'm the type of person where I am just, when I'm in the zone, I'm in the fucking zone. I'm like AutoZone. I'm in the zone. But anyway, I don't mean to ramble. Thanks for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. The next videos, it's about love and relationships. I thought I would take a break from the mask and the Trump shit and, you know, put some feel-good, touchy-feel stuff out there for you guys. But thank you so much. And, I don't know, I'm just enjoying the sunset. Just enjoying this. I fucking love it. I love traveling on the train. You see parts of the country that you don't see from the highway. Because you're going, like, especially when you're coming out of New Orleans, you go through the swamps. And it's a little nerve-wracking because you're going over this one train bridge that, like, you look out the window and you're just seeing water, and it almost feels like the train is like wobbling way more than it should. It just feels weird. You know what I mean? It could be all in the mind, but I was scared. I was terrified. But anyway, I'm leaving Jackson, Mississippi, scheduled to arrive in Illinois at 3 in the morning. So let's see. It's 6 something now. So what is that, like 9 hours? I got like 9 hours left. I'm so glad I brought snacks, dude. Look at my hair. I fell asleep. I think I was snoring. Yeah, there's not a lot of people. It's at 15% capacity right now, and there's not a lot of people. People kind of coming and going. Everybody's staying away from each other. Everybody being very respectful. The only thing, though, let me just tell you real quick before I go. The only thing that bothers me is that I feel that when you are on a train, a bus, a plane, whatever, and you want to listen to your music or watch videos on your phone, I really think you should put your earphones on. Because I don't want to hear your shit. Because I'm trying to listen to my own stuff. And if I can hear your stuff over my earphones, that's too fucking loud. So, you know, a little travel tip, be considerate of other people, because not everybody wants to listen to, you know, your bullshit. Like this, it was mainly this old lady. There was like 2 seats behind me, to like 2 seats and then over, and I hear this like loud. I'm not even doing justice, okay? It's like, and I look, and she's eating some sort of hard candy, and she's just smacking the fuck out of it. Like, it was loud, okay? But then again, I'm sound sensitive, so I don't know, but to me it was loud. And then, like, when she kept, like, calling her people on the phone, and she'd be like, hey, like, real loud, like she couldn't hear anybody on the phone. She just had to talk super fucking loud and let everybody hear her fucking conversation. And then I freaking went to go get a soda because I was like, God, I'm so thirsty. They let me, you know, this cool thing is you can get on with your own drinks and stuff. But see, I'm traveling by myself, so I already had 2 bags and I had a cup of coffee, and I didn't want to be schlepping a cooler and all this shit. So normally I wouldn't have to worry about this, but excuse me. But so I go to the bar car and get a drink, and then I come back and I sit down, and her phone is so fucking loud. I mean, it was like watching TV with her or something, you know? Like, it was like, I don't know, when she's watching a game show or something. All I know is it was really fucking loud. And I gotta look over at her, and the people in front of her are kind of like, they don't, you know, because they just got on the train, so they're like, oh shit. And I think, like, they got on the train. I felt bad for these women in front of her, because I think that they were like, oh, why do we sit here? But they're already settled, so I guess they didn't want to look like a bitch or something by getting up and leaving. But see, I'll do that. I'll sit down and then look around and be like, oh, I don't like this seat, and then get up. Which is actually what I did when I got on the fucking train to begin with. But, oh yeah, we're definitely in the woods, because we're passing properties with like rebel flags galore, dude. So anyway, but yeah, she was like, had her fucking shit all out, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't need to stay in my seat. I don't need to stay in my fucking seat. That's the cool thing about train travel, is you don't have to stay in your seat. You can book a coach ticket and you can sit the whole time in the viewing cart, which is where I'm at, with tables, and they have these cool, like, here, let me turn, so you can see this. Do you see that? See the chairs? Hang on. See that? I don't know if y'all can see that. I've got a I got a lot of stuff hooked up to my computer, so it's hard to move around. But anyway, thanks for watching my channel. And, see you later. Hey guys. There's nobody in this car, so I can take my mask off. I'm in this whole car by myself. What time is it? It's like 11:15. Got almost about 3 hours left of this train ride. It's been awesome. I'm telling you right now, I have no desire to ever get on a plane again. I'm gonna try to just either drive or train. It looks like, I'm thinking because of the light. Yeah, those weird lights, like the airplane lights. Yeah. Doesn't compliment me very well. Makes me look like I have spooky eyes. So I'm gonna hold my computer like this. So anyway, and normally I don't like this. I hate people that do this, but I have never, I can honestly say, I have never worn a mask this long. Keeping a mask on your face for, you know, you're trying, I mean, this is like a 13-hour train ride, and they want you to have your mask on at all times unless you're eating or drinking. So why is it all of a sudden when someone tells you that, like, you're super fucking hungry? Like, you want to eat all the time. Like, and you're thirsty all the time. Like, that's one thing I notice is as soon as you tell me I can't have something or I have to do something, I just want the exact opposite. But, this has been just an amazing trip, dude. I have been sitting in this cart for several hours, just writing, just really just in my zone. I haven't gotten this much writing done in fucking months. Like, I've already started working on like 3 different articles. You know, of course, none of it is work related that actually pays my bills, because I have all that to do as well. But my creative writing, my side hustle, you know, look, if you're gonna make it, you got to freaking think of every fucking thing that you can do to make it. And if that means that I use this train ride to focus on my personal stuff and not my business stuff, like for my job, I don't see what the fucking problem is. Especially since it's a Sunday and I've worked every fucking day except for maybe 3 or 4 in the past 3 months. So I'm pretty exhausted. And I've noticed that I've lost weight in certain places and gained weight in others. My body is morphing into a very odd shape. But I don't know why. Yeah, the next stop is a place in Tennessee. I think we have total of 2 stops before my final stop. But everybody on here has been super polite, very nice. I think a lot of people look at me like, why is she so nice? It's because I'm Holly Rocks. I fucking rock. I get along with everybody. This one lady was talking to me while we were smoking. She looks like she's about in her 60s. Really, really adorable black woman. And the reason I'm telling you this is because she's black is because she pointed out the difference between Southern whites and Northern whites, and just Southern people in general as well. And she's not starting anything. She's being very polite. And I said, the difference between Southerners and Northerners, I personally think, is manners. It's manners. Southern manners are just very different than Northern manners. I always say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I don't care how old you are. Yes, sir, no, sir. Those are things my dad taught me. And then when you meet somebody that's older than you, a Louisiana thing is like, if you were to meet me, say you're younger than me, you were to meet me, you wouldn't say Holly, you would say Miss Holly. You'd say, hello, Miss Holly. And some people don't like that. They don't like the Mr. this and Miss that before a first name. But that is how to show someone that you respect them, but you're also on that level of casual where you'll use the first name instead of the last name. But it was an interesting conversation, and I kind of just said, you know what? I don't care what bathroom you want to use. I don't care what your sexuality is, what you're identifying with, what you want your pronouns to be. Who you love is who you love. Who you want to be with is who you want to be with. I think that's why I've had people that in my life that I've dated that have considered me more pansexual, because I really don't consider myself bisexual. I consider myself just a lover of the individual, the personality, the smile, especially if they're funny. That is the biggest turn on to me, is being funny. If you can make me laugh, and I'm not talking trying, I'm talking just like, I hate that. I hate when I tell someone, if you can make me laugh, and then you hang out with them, or you go out on a date with somebody, and it's almost like they try to make it into a comedy show to see if they can make you laugh. And I'm like, you don't force that shit. That comes natural. Do you think that I have to force this? No. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I don't know what I wanted to say. You know what? As soon as I thought that I wanted to say something, I now don't know what I want to say. Because I'm fucking tired. I've slept very little in the past couple of days. My schedule is just so fucked up. Especially I think it was Wednesday. Wednesday I went into work at 6 p.m. Did not get off until 7 a.m. by that particular client. Then, sorry behind me. Make sure I'm not about to get murdered. That got up at 7. Then I realized, it's the first of the month. Well, in my business, you have to do a home visit with your client on the first of the month, so that way it starts the billing for the month. That way the company can bill, because it's a state-funded program. It's a private agency, but it's state-funded. So if you don't do that, you could hold up thousands of dollars. So I don't want to dump all my home visits on other people because I'm tired. So I started doing some home visits. And then one of my other staff calls and was like, yeah, they never sent my relief. And I'm like, great. She's like, I got court. And I'm like, so I wound up getting back to the townhouse, the work townhouse, around 10 something, jumping in the shower, briefly saying hello to Chip, who was sleeping because he had worked it overnight. And then freaking had to haul ass from the West Bank all the way the fuck to Kenner. So it took me about an hour to get back to where I had to go. And then I had to work from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock with another client, the person that she needed me to hold on to while she went to court. Then after that, I do more home visits. You see where I'm going with this, right? You notice how I'm not factoring in any sleep. Notice that? Because it's got to get done. And but I saw a couple people after, and I'm like, y'all can go fuck yourself. If you, I can do this tomorrow. And so I wound up. Who was it? Oh yeah, the days have blended together for sure. I wound up staying up all the way again until 4 a.m. because I was so amped up on coffee. And then I finally fell asleep. And then at like 6 in the morning, Mr. Chip decided to go through my phone, which he's like, I wasn't doing that. I was just checking the notifications. I was trying to. You could have waited until I was awake and said, "Hey, let me do this." But no, you see, I'm sleeping, and you're gonna. And then the text message that he was asking me about, literally, there was 22 other threads of conversation before that one, so you had to scroll into my. It wasn't like, oh, look at this first message. No, it was 22 messages down. You know what I'm saying? Like. The bus ride is. Well, I'm not going to talk about the bus ride. Anyway, it started a huge fight. I packed up my stuff. I was supposed to leave yesterday. We got into an argument. I was crying. He was crying. This was Friday. And so I was like, I'm just going to go to Bush because he had to work nights. Anyway, so I'm going to just sit at the townhouse by myself. And so I went over to Bush to hang out with my friend Jeff. And then Chip came and got me the next day. And I pushed back my ticket so that way we can actually hang out together. Which he was kind of being a dick when he first got over there. And then he explained it later that what had pissed him off was that he shows up to Jeff's and his house is all decorated for Halloween or whatever. And he's assuming that I did it. And I'm like, look, I'm an awesome decorator, especially for Halloween. But I had only gotten him a couple of things at the dollar store that would accent what he already had. Almost everything he already had. I just rearranged it and did different stuff with it. That's all. And he was like, well, I just noticed that. And I'm like, dude, you were there. Like, see, that's when that messes with me when people are like, oh, no, that didn't happen. And I'm thinking, is it my brain injury or are you just not remembering? And I'm telling you, when I decorated his house, that was the weekend that he was out of town. And it was just me and Chip house sitting. And I got all this Halloween stuff from the dollar store for different clients. And so I just picked out a few things for Jeff. And I freaking, arranged everything and made everything look awesome. He's like, wasn't me. It must have been somebody else. I'm like, who? So, whatever. But he was mad because he saw a message from an ex-boyfriend in my phone. So, whatever. Like, the guy's married. Like, come on. All he was doing was just chatting. That's it. Like, we didn't even say nothing about that was inappropriate. It's because we're grown-ups. That's what grown-ups do. Just because you break up doesn't mean you have to stop being friends. Doesn't make sense, does it? Okay. Well, I'm gonna get off here before they come make a pass. They walk through here every so often to make sure people have their masks on, and I don't want to get yelled at because she came by already. This lady came by already a couple hours ago, and she's like, "Your mask," and I'm thinking, I'm drinking coffee right now. Like, whatever. That's no problem. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm just trying to hold out for the bus because I don't want to fall asleep now and then be super out of it and groggy for the bus. And then the bus is 7 hours. I might as well just use that time to fucking sleep. You know what I mean? So,
we'll see. I'm trying to stay awake though, and it's like, so. And then when I was like, oh, do you have any more coffee? He's like, oh, I have to make some. And I'm just thinking, dude, come on, man. You know that nobody can have anything after 11 o'clock. At least leave a fucking pot. I'm going to write AMTRAK, tell them they need to have a coffee station where people can help themselves to coffee. I'm not asking for a coffee bar, although that would be nice. I'm super gassy too. All the snacks and stuff that I've been eating. Not that y'all need to know about me being farty, but I've been crop dusting the hell out of people as I walk by them. Sweet dreams. Anyway, thanks for watching my channel, guys, and like and subscribe and share. I really want to try to, by the end of the year, get my YouTube followers up to at least 1,000. If I could pull off 1,000 followers in a matter of 3 months, I would need, what, 900? Yep, I need like 900 people. That'd be pretty cool, huh? I'd be like, yeah. But we'll see. I doubt that'll happen, but whatever. Alright. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a very long week. Anyway, read what the math says. You see it? Y'all see it? It says stay calm and stay 6 feet apart. See you later. Dude, it straight up looks like I have a black eye, y'all. Look at that. What the fuck with my makeup? Alright, guys, I gotta go. See you later. Thank you so much.
Guys, normally I don't do bathroom humor, okay? I don't. But I gotta show you guys what I'm currently pissing in. Because I'm a tall person. And look. Wait, hang on. Look at how close I am to the door. Hey. Look at this. Like, I'm all like, hey. I'm all like hunched over. Fucking hunchback of Notre Dame trying to fucking pee in here. So anyway, I'm on a train and I'm in Memphis and I'm peeing in the tiny, tiny bathroom. It's probably a normal sized bathroom for other people, but for me it's tiny, tiny. Look at my hair. Hey. And it's fucking cold as fuck. I just spaced out. I didn't fucking pack no fucking winter clothes. Oh my god. So I gotta think about what's at my mom's, because I'm gonna freeze my fucking boobs off.
So, Chip. Are we good? I mean, we're good right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying, I'm fucking pissed off that day.
We were pissed off.
Like, I know what kind of fucking dude that is. I know what kind of games the motherfucker plays. You told me all about the dude. He ain't calling chit chat.
But you don't trust me to, like,
I do.
handle it?
I do.
Like, I'm not gonna cheat. He ain't you, baby.
I mean, I know you're not gonna cheat.
Oh yeah? How do you know?
Still fucking don't mean it ain't disrespectful for
And I
playing text
understand.
games.
I know, and I understand that. I understand that. And what did I say? I took care of it, right? And have not spoken to him since. And that was months ago. That was months ago. Well, I am out here totally by myself. So this is... If I was anybody else, I'd be nervous, but, I was like, middle of fucking nowhere. This is Carbondale, Illinois. I've never even heard of
Carbondale. Looks like a cute, cool tattoo shop, though. Bomber Crew Tattoo. So you get off the bus, you can just come get a tattoo. If they were open, that'd be funny. Where'd you get that tattoo? Oh, across from a bus station. There ain't shit out here. Like that. Looks like outside of a post office, huh? Wait. All right. Well, look at my nose all cold. Dude, it's freaking freezing out here. I leave New Orleans. Didn't even think to maybe, I don't know, grab some jeans. That'd be great. I'm sitting there layering on clothes on the train because I'm like, fuck, if it's this cold in Memphis, it's going to be cold as hell in Illinois. So I like layered up the clothes and I was so snug, I wound up just passing the fuck out. And then, thank God, the lady that works on the train knew where I was going because I'm just like, and if she hadn't come and woken me up, I would probably be on that train to fucking Chicago right now. Yeah. So then I get off the train. Of course, I can't repack anything the way it was, so everything's just exploding. Let me just show you. Just a pile of crap. So then I come into the bus station, and this guy that works here is like, oh yeah, let me see your ticket. Oh yeah, you're on that bus right there. So he points me to a bus outside, and luckily I was like, is this the bus to St. Louis? He's like, nope, Nashville. And I'm like, man, if I would have just gotten on the fucking bus, again, I'd be at some other location. Thank God I'm not a shy person, and I'm not afraid to ask, you know? But it sucks because I was really hoping that I'd made some friends with these ladies on the train, and they're like, yeah, we're going to St. Louis too. And I'm like, man, that's cool that I'll know somebody. And no, they're taking a shuttle to St. Louis because that's where their final destination is. My final destination's in Springfield. So this mask keeps falling. I need to get Tasha to fix it. Yeah. But man. All right. Well, it's the middle of the night. I'm by myself in some town. I have no fucking idea. Never been here. Hopefully I make it to where I need to go. See you later. See you later.
So, some of the things I just wanted to mention on this train video was essentials for train traveling in America on the AMTRAK. So I just made a few notes, Chip, and you...
Beer. 6-pack
Okay,
ice chest. You can bring ice chest.
so I put number one, pack like a normal person. You got to lug your bags sometimes to the train or to a shuttle or another train, so make sure you bring what you can handle yourself. Has that ever happened to you where you've overpacked and you have too much to lug around?
On the way home.
On the way home?
I took the Sunset Limited from NOLA to LA.
Nice.
And
how long was that train ride?
it was fucking It wound up being 4 days, but
What?
It's supposed to take 48 hours, 2 days.
Okay.
Some fucking crazy anarchist or whatever, somebody with malice threw a bunch of box springs mattresses on the train track in Arizona, and the train hit it doing fucking 79 miles an hour.
What?
And
Did it derail the
it
train?
did not derail the train, but the fucking metal from the box spring fucking ripped the fucking both.
Why would you
both
do that
engines-
though? Like, why would you
both
throw
engines-
trash on a track?
Both engines were fucking destroyed.
I guess that's the only thing. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm afraid of is like, if you were to derailing into water.
Well, derailing. It did partially derail. Now, derail and what you're thinking derail are two different things. But basically, when a train derails, it's one wheel or one set of wheels. Not anything to fucking make it flip over and catastrophically fucking.
So it's not like the Bruce Willis movie where
if you're going that fast and you shit, I mean, it's made to stay going in a straight line, But
Okay.
yeah, it's usually one or two wheels that are just warped and have jumped off either in or out of the track, but 100% of the train is still connected to the track.
yeah,
There's
but
some wheels
but what if it's over water and you're on a thin bridge?
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, don't fucking do crack and fucking go drive the AMTRAK train on a fucking swamp bridge in the middle of the night.
Okay. All right, next.
I'm just saying.
All right, next,
Or
number
was that the
two.
tugboat driver?
Number two, pack your own entertainment. Daytime, you can enjoy the scenic routes. At night, it can be let's see what I put. I have to turn the page. Boring. For some people, especially if you are traveling for over 24 hours. So I suggested books, comics, gadgets with earphones, portable indoor games, coloring books for kids, music, portable DVD player, tablet, PC. And I stated that I usually travel with a book or magazine, laptop, earphone, cell phone. What are things that you always travel with if you're going to be on a bus, plane, or train?
Earbuds.
Earbuds and what? Your cell phone? Because you can play your games on it and you can stream. Now you've got a computer, so if you were to travel, would you have your laptop with you?
Probably.
Okay. I also mentioned number 3, packing comfort items, blanket, pillow, small travel kit with like toothbrush or mouthwash, wipes. If you're a chick and you're on your period, pack your own tampons and pads because not always do they have dispensers in the bathroom, and it's going to be some shit from like the 1970s. A makeup kit if you're going to get off during the day and go somewhere, a change of clothes for yourself or kids, anything that you would consider a comfort item, Chip, that I might have forgotten?
Well, you got snacks. Bring some toilet paper because
Why do they have a toilet paper problem in the train? Every train.
Well, you notice what they fucking have is
Paper towels.
It's the single ply, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is, and or the brown paper towel.
Like, by the time you get off an AMTRAK, because that's a smart idea to bring your own toilet paper, your asshole and your cooch are going to be, like, rubbed raw. You might as well go into a freaking school or go into a library or park bathroom where they have the brown paper towels and just take some of those home and rub them on your private parts until they're raw, and that's your train ride experience when using the bathroom.
I brought a hairbrush because I enjoyed sitting in between.
Getting lice everywhere.
but in between the cars or
Oh,
on
you
the
go
back
outside.
deck,
Okay.
go out, you know, and there's a lot of fucking dirt and shit under this. But just bring your own toiletries.
The last time you rode on a train, do you ever remember riding on a train and you were able to smoke on the train?
Yes, I was
I
smoking
do.
on that one.
I do. I remember being able to
was
go into the
19
lounge car and smoke.
1992
Yep.
was when I went
Yep.
on Sunset Limited. And yes, we smoked everything on the train.
Yeah.
Conductor didn't give a fuck.
Do you remember ashtrays on planes?
Mhm.
Because I remember smoking on a plane. I remember people smoking in the back rows in a plane.
Yeah, in the back. And that always confused the fuck out of me, man, because isn't that where all the fuel is and shit?
I was always fascinated by the fact that it wasn't that noticeable of a smell because they had such a good ventilation system.
Exactly.
But okay, so bare necessities. If the
snacks.
well, right here, if the kitchen or dining cart isn't open, pack snacks, right?
You need to bring fucking food with you anyway.
So
you're on a train for more than a day. Most of
so
the time.
you don't rely on eating in the carts.
No, because I mean I'm a grazer. I brought some fucking Pop-Tarts, some fucking trail mix, easy shit. You know what else I brought? I brought a fucking loaf of bread and the pre-mixed PB&J.
Yep.
With the stripes.
Yep.
Stripes is what it was called. All of that shit fit in my backpack. Pull it out when I was hungry. Fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Want to fucking eat something. Go back to the lounge car. Make a PB&J. Smoke a fucking cigarette. Go sit out on the back and smoke a fucking joint.
Well, the first time when I got sent to go live with my dad at 16, that's when you were able to smoke in certain carts. I was a minor, so I had to be very careful.
Yeah, we can only smoke on the downstairs.
But we would smoke. I could smoke in between the carts. Did you ever do that? Like late at night, stand in between the carts and smoke.
Yeah, in between the cars. That's where I said brought a hairbrush because I used to like hang out there because you get they would have those protective covers, but you could see kind of how, you know.
You could just jump.
Yeah, you could. It was fucking false.
So you want to have snacks to get you through the night. In my last trip during the pandemic, the dining cart was doing cash only and very limited menu, just hamburgers and hot dogs. That will cost you just for a freaking hot dog and a soda.
$100 in cash.
Fuck, it was $20 for that.
No, bring $100 in cash. Do not bring one $100 bill.
They wouldn't even take a debit card though. So and then
you want all different types of change: 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that.
Because vendors.
I was actually a good Samaritan, honey, because you know I'm so sweet. And this sweet woman, only had a debit card, and boy, she sure did look hungry.
Sure she was.
Because I noticed, because it was late at night, and I noticed that she had a cocktail in her hand, and probably had the munchies hardcore.
Yeah.
And so she was just like, well, I don't like it. She had to keep taking off of her order, and so finally, I can't remember. I wound up just giving her $10, so she had enough to buy what she needed to buy, and she was like, I'll pay you back, and I was like, don't worry about it, just pay it forward. And I just felt like she was just so blown away by that. Like everybody was just like so blown away, and it feels really good to be able to do that. And then, the next stop, she bought me a soft drink because she had change, and then offered me cigarettes when we stopped at the smoke break. So we had a bond the rest of the ride.
Yeah.
So it was very nice. Okay.
Those are cool stories. Because when you break bread with people, you become,
So, do you bring bottled water? I had a bottled water.
I brought it
with me. Everything I would need to be on the train for 1 p.m. Sunday to 9 a.m. Monday.
Exactly. Bring enough snack food and.
But I wanted to eat everything.
Huh?
That's the fucked up thing about you pack your snacks. This is my problem. I pack snacks, and then I pass out throughout the ride, And every time I wake up, I am bored because I can't smoke cigarettes, and so I start grazing on that shit. And then by the time I arrive to my destination, my stomach is killing me.
No, I bet.
I've got to duke it. It's horrible. Okay. So don't forget to fucking pace yourself and don't overeat like me. And don't forget to print out your travel documents out before you get to the station. Right, babe? You should always have that out, right?
You're right.
You should always print your boarding pass if
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
And then luggage locks in case your stuff can't go right next to you. Because in one of the pictures I showed, that was a double-decker cart. So if there's no room for your luggage next to you and you're upstairs,
Yeah.
you have to leave it downstairs in the carrier. Well, anybody can fuck with your bag if you're not paying
Yeah,
attention.
because you just walk by the big fucking
Yep.
luggage bag rack. Whatever.
Yep. And Chip has mentioned several times coolers. Like, he has mentioned at least 4 times in this video about bringing coolers. So it's super cool to bring your own booze and even pack a cooler, but remember, you gotta carry that shit. And if you're gonna go, how much alcohol would you suggest a couple, the average couple, should bring on a 2-day train ride?
I had a pint of Jameson with me. And that was what wound up being 4 days, but it's supposed to be 48 hours. 2 days.
Well,
And a pint's not a lot, it's just, you know what it is.
yeah. Baby, I'm surprised you didn't have, I'm surprised you didn't have, Fireball and freaking,
I mean, I was
beers.
I was young, baby. Fuck.
how young were you?
I was right after Colin died.
And how old were you then?
21. Took off the fucking...
That was when Chip was like a punk rocker, but then when you look at pictures of him, he looks like he's gonna solve some science problems too. Because that's when you had your little round glasses, huh? Or your big ones. Like, he looked punky, but he also looked super smart. So he fooled you on both counts. So, if I wasn't traveling alone on my last trip, I would have just gotten a private room, which isn't that expensive right now. The room includes your own concierge, free meals if requested. So for me personally, I was super comfortable hanging out, in the majority of the trip in the Sky car, the viewing car. Have you ever gotten a roomette? They're called roomettes or suites, Chip, on Amtrak?
Yeah, I'm glad I had one.
Do you think it's worth the money?
Oh, absolutely.
I think it is too.
Absolutely.
I think it is too, because I'm telling you right now, especially if you're going to travel right now at the peak of this pandemic, try to get your own roomette. It is worth the money. It's worth the comfort.
Worth it.
You have your own personal concierge. You don't ever have to leave your room. You can go to the bathroom in your room if you're by yourself. You just close the curtain. They have a little toilet that pops out. Or you can, I personally would just jump right over to the next cart and pee, so I didn't have to pee in the room in front of the person that I was with at the last time I got a roomette. But
it paid for itself from the
we get all
getting broken down.
Because aren't you get like all your meals are included.
You get 3 meals, yeah.
Yeah, so say, I mean, in all...
No. Two. Lunch and dinner or breakfast and dinner. Actually, I don't know, maybe it's different now, but it was 2
No,
meals.
I think you're right. It's either 2 or 3 meals. Unlimited ice and things like that. But you gotta pay for I think you have to pay for sodas, right?
Yes,
your
you gotta pay
mixers.
for drinks and mixers and everything.
Your mixers. But the last time I got a room, I was dating an alcoholic, and so he brought a whole cooler and was probably enough alcohol to feed the whole fucking train. Like, we started drinking at 6 a.m. and then by the time we got to my dad's,
Who's that?
California John.
No.
Yeah, that was the only good thing about that guy was he was a really cool bartender. He was all about the cocktail. The rest of it was, you know, it was a dickhead. But it was an interesting train ride. And I had no idea that you could bring your own booze. And I had a fucking vape pen, a killer vape pen. So I was fucked up the whole way. But the downfall was I wound up starting my period halfway there and had no fucking tampons. That's why I mentioned tampons. Had no tampons. Totally fucked my clothes up. Didn't have, you know what I mean? Like, it was really embarrassing. Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
Bring your pocket knife if you can.
What?
From when you're traveling on a train, because
if you're especially by yourself,
no,
someone fucks with you.
Not for protection, just for fucking general
protection.
Everyday use, man. I use my knife every day. You're walking around on just like on outside, just on a fucking train. You encounter pieces of twine and shit, different fucking shit. You need your knife for.
Baby, when is the last time you've been on the train?
A long time.
Have you ever had sex on a train?
No.
Me neither. Alright, that's a relationship goal for us, guys. We're going to set that in here in our train video. Is one day, my babe and I are going to do it on an AMTRAK. Our luck, we'll get a roomette. We'll be getting it on. I'll accidentally tear down the curtain. And people will see my big giant booty as they walk by. And be like, what the fuck is that? Alright. Baby, any train tips? Travel tips? About train traveling? Now's the time to do it, don't you think?
Yeah. Get off on the smaller stops. They have the Amtrak train will stop in some pretty cool positions. You know, when I took the train to California, we stopped in Big Bear National Park, Pueblo, Colorado.
I definitely want
all the cool things.
This summer we got to do a train trip.
Even though the stops on those side stops are only like 15 minutes, so get it out. Go take a quick walk.
Yeah, all you have is 15 minutes, enough for a cigarette.
Take a quick walk, take a brisk walk, smoke a cigarette, and get back on.
It really isn't that bad. You know what? It doesn't really bother me not to smoke. Because their smoke stops are actually so frequent. And then if you start jonesing out, you should be able to eat some candy or whatever. I mean, if you really have to smoke all the fucking time, you need to get a nicotine patch, or you just need to drive your fucking self. Because if you can't go a few hours without a cigarette, without freaking the fuck out, which I do know people that are like that, but it didn't even faze me because they were so polite with the stops. Once the lady that was running my cart, she knew who the smokers were, and she would tell us, like, hey, just let you guys know that in 2 stops is a smoke stop. You'll have 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You know, when we got to Memphis, we had 30 minutes. And so it was nice. I just stood outside the train and smoked a couple cigarettes and chatted with some ladies. I met the coolest older ladies traveling together. And I was freezing my fucking ass off, as y'all saw in the video. But it was a good experience traveling alone. There was a lot of cool women. But this summer, baby, I want us to go somewhere on the AMTRAK. For sure. I want us to be able to get wasted, not have to worry about drinking and driving, have fun, and just, if we get off somewhere, we get off somewhere. Maybe only have a couple of major destinations. That would be pretty cool, don't you think?
Yeah.
Guys, he's completely ignoring me. He's playing video games right now by the doorway, slowly stepping away from me. He hates me. He's not going to go anywhere with me. See, he's ignoring me. Alright, I'm going to wrap up. Say goodbye, Cthulhu.
Bye, Cthulhu.
Do you want to tell people your Discord handle? If you want to talk to Chip when he's sober, we've been awake partying. It is New Year's. And, but yeah, hit us up and we'll give you our links. Thank you, and travel the AMTRAK.